Anyways, let's just get started. We'll go into the Logan Paul thing. I know when you said something else, but and once again, this is a little bit old news. So this, like, I'm seeing articles from December 28th. So actually, this is a little older, little more than 2 weeks. He did respond to it, which I might click on that in a minute, even though I hate comicbook.com. But yeah, if you didn't see Logan Paul, he basically he made like a, I don't know, I guess a wall thing where he put a bunch of Game Boy Colors.
Thing. I thought it was a table.
Is that what it? Oh, is it on a table? I saw the video of him doing it, and he basically just, here, I get a picture here. It actually looks really nice. I admit.
So my question for that is
there it is.
I didn't actually read too much into it, but I know people were pissed off about it. Did he have like any games in the systems at all, or did they
not
just,
that
like,
I
buy
know
a
of.
bunch of old systems? Did they even work?
Assumedly, they worked before. I think most people assumed that now that he this picture that he did it. Oh, I just lost the little page. Sorry, guys. But I think most people assume that, like, well, he quote unquote like destroyed a bunch of Game Boy Colors, which is, I think that's safe to assume. At first when I had heard it, I'll just give my take. When I first heard it, I was like, wow, what a asshole. And then, like, I really thought about it. I was like, you know what? I admit, like, what he made is actually really cool. I will say that. Like, it's really cool. I wish, I personally, I wouldn't use a bunch of Game Boy Colors, especially since some of the models he used were really expensive.
Yeah.
But at first I was like, because as a game collector, I was like, wow, that's really fucking ruining it. And then, like, you think about it, and I'm like, there is, like, how many millions did the Game Boy Color sell? Like,
at least 60.
Yeah.
60 million.
I think that if he were like, oh, I took this Game Boy Color copy of Shantae and I, like, ruined it, then I'd be like, wow, what an asshole. Like, that's, like, that would be pretty, tone deaf in regards to the fact that that game is so, sought after, the original version, that is. But when I really thought about it, I was like, it looks cool. I give him that. And I will say this, though. It just goes to show that a lot of, not that Logan Paul didn't, like, grow up. I'm sure he did, but a lot of rich people don't necessarily care about some of the value of that stuff. They just kind of, like, care about some shape or form of, like, bragging about how they have it. I'm not saying, once again, I'm not even saying that he's bragging, but he's certainly like, oh, look at me. I, like, had all these Game Boy Colors. I was able to come up with some of the expensive models, and I put them on a wall and, whatever. But anyway.
Yeah, I personally, in my opinion, I would say that, like, I would have went a different route with it as opposed to, like, using actual systems. I would have potentially, like, bought some, like, shells or something, and like put fake screens and buttons in as opposed to, like, actual working systems, because at least then you still get the look for the table, but you're not, like, kind of ruining some of the stuff.
Right. That's how I
felt
about it, too, as I was just like, I personally wouldn't have done. But that's the thing. See, you and I, we have a different take, especially, like, we collect a lot of games, especially old games, too. Like, we have this take of, like, wow, those are sacred. Like, but, okay, I'm looking at the numbers here. This is just Wikipedia, so take that as you will. 32 million units in Japan, 44 in the Americas, and 42 million in other regions. So this thing sold over 100. I'm not too worried about it. It's not. You can go on eBay and find Game Boy Colors all over the place, but
I guess it would depend, like, because I know that there's, like, however hundreds of millions of those there are, but how many of them are, like, these specific ones?
Yeah, and I'm not. Let me try to look up. I can't. I don't know the models. I have the picture. So he has.
Here, I'm gonna try looking one up. It looks like there's a Game Boy Color that's modeled after an N64.
He has. Maybe I can get this on screen too. I'm trying to find a good picture of it. He got a lot of shit, and I was just like, oh, I mean, I don't. Here's a decent little picture of it. I can put that on my screen too, but. And I don't know. Some of these, like, might be custom. Like, I don't recognize all of these.
Yeah, I'm not
So
I'm not actually recognizing that one that I'm trying to find a picture of
yeah,
where it's got like the blue D-pad with the red and green
but he
buttons.
definitely has like there's the I can see the Pikachu one. I know that one is expensive as hell.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, like there plenty of them? Yeah, but I don't know if I wouldn't have done. It's not my thing, I guess. But I couldn't, especially when you consider some of the past stuff, which we have never put on stream because it's our first stream that Logan Paul has done. I was like, wow, this is pretty tame. People are pissed. And I was like, hey, he did respond. I can read that real quick. He said it looks like he defends himself. He says, go on eBay right now. There's 60.9 million plus of them.
$60 plus, there's $60 and there's 90 million of them is what he said.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry, I misread that. Yeah, there's $60. 90 plus million of them were made. It's not like these are in short supply, and I love them. They mean something to me. I love Pokemon. It's of course it's Pokemon, you know. But yeah,
No.
I can't really kill him for that. I just thought it was interesting. Uh, anyways, I don't have a good transition for this one. We'll get better at transitioning as we go on, but
Well, I mean, hey, the thing with him talking about how he loves, you know, Game Boys and Pokemon, was a good transition to him buying a box of,
oh,
what he
that's
thought
right.
was
Yeah, you
first
said you
edition Pokemon cards
Yeah, you
for
said you wanted to mention that. What was the deal with that? I have no idea. So you have to
he.
explain this all to me.
So I just learned about this the other day, but apparently he spent the most money like in history on a what he thought was a box of unopened uh Pokemon. I don't know if it's first gen. It's like first gen, first edition. So like the very beginning Pokemon cards, and he spent like $3.5 million on it. And he made a video talking about how apparently he was scammed and apparently there wasn't any Pokemon cards in it. It was actually tampered with and replaced with GI Joe trading cards. So
Ugh.
so yeah, he made a video about that, and of course he had like all these fucking professional like card collectors and like all these like really hardcore enthusiasts telling him like, yo, it's probably been tampered with, like you shouldn't do this. And then, he buys it and finds out that it's of course been tampered with. So he uh pretty recently there was also news saying he got a refund. So, at least there's that. But
Yeah,
it's
how the
still
hell did
such a
that happen?
I don't know.
One of the biggest sports. I'm reading it all like as you're telling me right now because I literally just heard about this like an hour ago when you told me. So I lost 3,500,000. What was he trying to buy? What is it he's trying to buy here?
A box of Pokemon cards.
But like, is it old?
I think so. I'm so yeah, so sealed and authenticated first edition Pokemon cards. I don't know what generation they are, but I
I'm
am
looking it up to see like how much that would cost. Like a first edition, like I assume it would be like first edition of like one of the first two packs or something.
I'm not sure. I know that when I was going through some of my Pokemon cards earlier today, some of mine and my brothers, I found some cards that I was like, because they had these like legend variants that had like, like you take two separate
Oh
cards
my
and then it'd
god.
be like the top and bottom half would be like the top half would be like the top part of the Pokemon, the bottom half would be the bottom half of the Pokemon, and it'd have like all their effects. And it was like a really cool card. So I was looking at it and I wanted to see if like how much, say, a pack costed for these specific like versions that I'd have to try and find. And I couldn't find a booster box at all. But in the cheapest I could find a booster pack was like $300. So
Yeah, some of them are well, the
yeah,
thing about Pokemon cards is they never um they don't they well I don't say never because they finally did a couple years ago and then I think they did it again last year when they did the anniversaries, but they don't reprint their fucking cards, so like they're always like that's the cool thing about Yu-Gi-Oh cards is like they reprint a lot of them, so like if if I were to go to like and I'll do it real quick just for an example. um
yeah, they
um
have like 50 fucking versions of every single card that's
right,
like
like,
super competitive, super popular.
and I don't know why they don't reprint, but like let's go to the top 100 like on Yu-Gi-Oh prices.com. I'm looking at, this is meta relevant cards, so there's aren't like weird, um, versions of cards like that they made one of because this guy, or like
like tournament
or like
cards
world
where it's
championship cards. Yeah, this is so this website always has like the top prices, right? Like Victory Dragon. Well, I have Victory Dragon. I just don't have that specific one. So there's a way that you can get it, but that's the thing that really sucks about Pokemon cards, and that's why they get so freaking expensive, you know, because they don't reprint these. And I'm like, why don't they reprint? I've never understood that. Like, why would you not? Like, you'll make money. They will make money. Like
that actually, now that you mention that, they did release a couple of booster packs for Pokemon that are celebrations. They call them the celebration packs that have
the ones last year.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
had like a bunch of the original cards.
That's what I'm saying. But they
but it's very rare that they do it. That's I don't
Right.
that might be the only